Hi there, it's Patmos and nice of you to join me for a brand new video with a brand new game. And well, this is our first look at SeaOrama, World of Shipping. We'll be running a shipping company, trying to make some money and have some fun in this game. So we're gonna start against other AI companies because, well, that's the fun part of it. Everything is fine. We'll play on easy for now so we can actually get things going. Company name, well, we are Petmosia Incorporated or something, I don't care. There we go, let's start. So what do we have to do? Well, we get a ship. We'll have to make sure that we fill it up with goods and transport them all around the world and get money for it. And by doing that, we can, of course, buy new ships with that money and make sure that we have a big ass nice fleet. So we can see here we have the world map. We can zoom in on it and stuff, but not right now. Here we have ports from all over the world with different specialities and stuff. And I'm going to pick the port of Rotterdam, since I'm from Holland, as my starting port. That's where our first ship will be. And as we see right here, this is our first ship. We can get it for free. It's a nice ship. We can't switch the model. There's different models. We have bulk ships, we have container ships, you can have LNG ships, but hey, this is what it is right now. And we can customize it. So for instance, we can change the deck color, we can change all these details, and see, you know, they're a different color. Not that I like that color, but well, we can make some difference to it. We can clear the upper hull and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna keep it this way. And I think this is a nice model. We can't upgrade the ship yet because this is our first ship, so let's just get this. And here we are. This is the world map. Now we can zoom in, we can move around. Oops, I misclicked there. And we can just go find our ship. It's the Panamax bulk carrier that we have right now. So one of the first things I would love to do, although I think the music is a bit loud and I already changed that, but apparently, yeah, now it finally goes softer. That's good. So we have the Panamax bulk carrier, and if we go to the ship, what we can do is actually give it a different name. So this is the Petmosia Bulk 1. So now we know what ship it is. And here we have an overview of our ship. We can see how much fuel it can carry, which is important because that will define how far it can go without refueling. And if we can actually reach the next port, we can see how good our ship is. We can see crew morale. We can see a lot of stuff here. We can see how fast it's going. At 10 knots, we will have the A status. If we go faster, things might go bad. And that's important because in some ports, we need to have a certain environmental status to actually be able to access that port. We can see we can store 60,000 tons of goods in here, so that's cool. And I guess we'll have to get our ship going. We have 15 million to spare though, so that's nice. We have some money. We could actually look if we could buy a used ship. There's one ship to buy available. Sometimes you can just buy them straight away. Sometimes we'll have to bid on it. We can now see we have to bid on this ship. It's a very big ship and it's very costly. So yeah, no chance we're gonna get that ship, so we can go back here. All right, so what do we have to do? Well, we have to make sure that our ship gets sailing around with goods so that we make some money. How do we do that? Well, first we need a crew for our ship. So we can just click the captain. Here we can see all available captains. You can see how good they are. So we have 1-star captains, but there's 3 that can get an extra star. And I like that. So what I'm going to do is we're going to look at the age and we're going to pick the youngest one. So we're going to hire him. Now we can hire him for 6 months or 12 months. If you hire him for 12 months, he gets cheaper per month. So let's do that. And we do the same for all the other shipmates. So we'll take a look at their age. We'll take a look at how experienced they are. And these 2 are the youngest ones, so they have the longest time to actually get better. They're also the cheapest ones. And we'll hire these. Let's get a chief engineer. Well, there's only 2 that can actually get better, so we'll take one of those. This one is 30, this one is 32, but this has 5 years experience. And I like that, so that usually means less problems, because we're gonna run into problems with our ships as well. All right, we have 3 people that can get better. 2 of them are 24, so we'll hire one of those. They'll have a long time to get better. Here you can see that these can actually get better. All right, our chief steward, there's only 2 that can actually get better. They have the same experience, so we'll hire this one. Oh, we have kind of like a female ship, just 1 guy in there, but hey, that's fine. All right, our ship has a crew. They're not that happy yet, but we can change that out later. For instance, by giving them better stuff. So if we want to give them some facilities, we can see their morale will go up. Now, of course, this will cost us money to install and some amount a year, but that's fine for me. It's actually not that money in the grand scheme of things. You'll soon see the money that we can make. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to install everything so that the crew morale gets as high as possible, so they'll work better. And we can spend that money. That's no problem. Look at this. We did not spend that much. All right. I think everything is now set for us to go our way. And we'll just get chartering. Now, we are in the port of Rotterdam, so it will straight go to things that we can get from the port of Rotterdam. And what I like to do is I like to go to the duration. So now we can see if we go to the port of Antwerp, it will take us 4 days to get there, 20 tons of fuel. We will carry 36,000 tons of stuff, so that's a lot, but that's good. And we make a bit of money out of that. There's also an expiration date, and you need to keep this in mind because some things can happen to your ship. A part can break down, the engine can stop, whatever, then you need to repair it. And if these 2 are very close to each other, and something bad happens, you'll have a problem. So we have to make sure that we can do whatever we want. But we also want to make as much money as we can. And just taking a look at this, we can only carry 60,000 tons. So if we carry these 36,000 tons of Antwerp and then continue on to Portugal, we can't carry all of that. So that is a minor problem. But what we could do maybe is go... Oh, if we go to Bulgaria, that's a lot of money that we actually make. We make 1.3 million in 20 days. That's nice. Oh, that could be an interesting one. Unfortunately, we can't take anything else with us then. And if we go to Italy first and then continue on to Greece, we can take these 2 orders with us because that will fit in our ship. And we'll make 1 million too in less days, or at least it should be in a couple less days. So that could also be an interesting option. Or we could just go to Antwerp and then continue on to Greece, for instance, and then we'll make 600,000. So that's not that much money. So it's very good to keep an eye on how much you're actually going to make. Senegal will also make us some nice money. And it will only take us 13 days. So this is all interesting, but we're just going to stay home close. So we're going to go to Antwerp. So I'll acquire this contract. We'll make some money with this. Yes, it is done. We're not going to go anywhere else right now. So we'll just leave it at this. And now all we have to do is get our ship going. So you click your ship and you say start your contract. And then it will get on the move and it will go. Now time is paused, so we have to unpause. So I'll do that. And now we should see our ship going at some point. It's now loading at the port of Rotterdam, and then it will go all the way there. Now what I like to do is set the auto refuel very high. So every time it hits a port and fuel is below 85%, it will refuel. Yes, that costs money, but it will also ensure that we can basically always do what we have to do. Now there goes our ship. Now you can see there's different ports with different colors, and here's the explanation for that. So when there's green in the port symbol, it also has a shipyard, which means that we can better our ship. We can actually make it better and make it break down less, and less events will happen. So that can be good. If you have the green ones, it's an LNG port. If you have those together, then of course they have both. Now, a lot of stuff can happen. There can be global events, there can be strikes, there can be whatever happening. So then a port might be closed. Then we can of course have a problem. But for now, it's fine. We have delivered our goods, or at least we are now unloading. And the good thing is time will automatically pause once we have unloaded. There we are. And we can see we have made the flat fee. We have to pay our salaries. We had to get some port money in. But all in all, we made money. So we did the first thing and we're good. And now let's continue. Let's charter a new thing. From here on, we can just see where we can go next. Could make some nice money there. But we have to be careful. For instance, if we go to the port of Abidjan on Ivory Coast, there's piracy there. And then we'll have to pay some extra money to actually protect our ship and lower the chance of piracy. Or not, but then there is a chance that your ship get hijacked. So that's not good. We could also sail further and go through the Panama Canal or one of the other canals like the Suez Canal. You have to pay big money for it, but you can also make big money with those deals, so that could be interesting too. But for now, I think we can just go to Port Said, which could be nice. 19, 25, 20, and 60. Yeah, so I guess that's good. What we could also do is go to Bulgaria and Georgia, because those two ports are close. And then we can do 2 deals in one and also make a nice bunch of money. I think we're actually going to do that right now, because that might be interesting. And I like to have two things in my ship right now. All right, there we go. Now, if we go to our ship now, you will see that we will automatically calculate the right times. So it takes 19 days to go to Bulgaria. Well, we have 25 days, and it will now take in total 24 days to reach the port of Georgia. If we just leave it at this, it will go to the port of Varna, unload there, and then automatically continue to the next port. If we do stop at the port, we can take a look at the options at that port and maybe do some extra stocking there. And maybe there's another part of goods that will want to go to Batumi, and we can take those along too. So I click stop at the port. We'll start the contract. There it goes. And now the ship should be going all the way to the port of Varna. We'll have to make sure that it does that. So let's just go. We'll do speed 2. And our ship is underway. Now, right now, of course, we're not making that much money, so we're not gonna buy a new ship anytime soon. We have to take our time. We do see our reputation slowly getting better. And of course, there's a lot of options that we can get on the map. So for instance, we can take a look at finances and accounts, but there's not a lot of finances to see yet. All we can see is that we made a bit of money here. We can also take a look at the competition, and we can see that we already acquired 7 stars, which means that we have completed a mission. We can see that all the others have not done so. If we zoom out, we might be able to spot the other ships, though. There's a ship from another company, so that's interesting. They are sailing around. Here we see another one. So they are also busy doing their stuff. And it can be good to every now and then check if we can buy a ship. Sometimes you can buy a ship for cheap, like only 10 million or something, and that we can pay actually, and then we'll have an extra ship to make money. But for now, things are fine. As we can see right now, there's some redness here at this port because there's a global event. A major accident was announced at the port of Riga. Oh, it's done now, but it had delays there. We can see here communication breakdown between authorities at the port of Dar es Salaam. Short delays are expected, so you have slower loading and unloading. So those things can actually interfere with your time frame. So if you have a very small time frame, you only have 1 or 2 days for an order between delivering it and between it expiring, you could end up with a big fine if there's an issue. Oh, we can see that in a lot of ports they're striking now. So the ports are completely closed and we can't get any goods there. So good that we did not go to Genoa, because we could not unload. So that's why it's sometimes safe to get orders where you have a little bit of leeway, so that you don't have to deliver it and it expires the next day, because then we might have a problem. All right, so we brought it to the port of Varna, and now the ship is holding there. So what we can do now is go charter and see if we can actually pick up an order that's anything interesting to us. But I don't see anything interesting because it's not going to the next port. So we'll just tell the ship to start the next contract, and now it will go to the next one. Now, what we do by completing orders in time and making sure that everything goes well, we acquire more stars. And as you could see here, you need a certain amount of stars to actually be able, or a reputation to be able to do certain jobs. And right now we can't do those. We can only do the level 1 and 2 jobs. So we'll have to be careful with that, but we just have to make sure that we... Oh, nice. We made $791,000. So we now have 16 million. Very good. There's a storm here that will interfere with shipping, so we'll have to be careful. Let's see what job we can get from this port. Now, we could just deliver some goods very close to the port of Constanta. That's interesting. But if we do that, we can't continue to one of the other ports. We can go to Algiers though. That will get us 1.1 million in only 13 days. If we go to Antwerp, it will take us 23 days to get there. And we make 1.4. So that's 10 extra days of travel. Lots of extra fuel, and we only make 300,000 more. So this is a very interesting deal. So I'm going to acquire this one, and we're going to do that. That will make us good money. And here we go. Get to our ship. Let's start the contract. Let's go. Now, if an event happens, for instance, our ship breaks down here somewhere, it takes 2 or 3 days to repair it, we might get in trouble for not completing the contracting time. What you can do then is just speed up your ship a bit. That will immediately change this. I can show you. So now we'll see this will recalculate. Now it only takes 9 days to deliver. And that can really help you to make up for some time that you lost due to an event or something. And that way you can still play around with that a bit. That's why I didn't increase the speed straight off, because it will give you less options later on. Now we're going to get into this bad weather, which is interesting. I hope we don't get too much trouble with it. We'll see. Probably the ship might slow down a bit or something like that. Winds are 7 Beaufort, which is big. So it could well be that the ship slows a bit, or... Oh, but the bad weather is gone. That's great. Let's just go to the port. Now, right here, you always have an overview of how much fuel you have and how far along the route it is. Once this is completely full, it has arrived. So we can see it's already 3/4 on the way. If we really want to, we can actually just take a look at our ship while it's sailing, which is really interesting. So there our ship is. We can see that it's now... going to the next port. So there's different cameras where you can actually watch your ship, which is cool. I like that. There's no real use to it, but it's fun to just take a look at your ship, especially if you have different ships. You can take a look at how they appear. All right, let's get some extra money going here. There we are. It arrived. It's unloading, and then we get the overview that we made some nice money. There we go. We made 1.1 million. All right, let's see if we can get another contract. Now, sometimes there are ports where there's not a lot of good contracts, and you'll just have to deal with that. And sometimes there's ports where you can actually have a lot of good contracts. So we'll have to see. Let's see. These two ports are relatively close to each other. They both have the time to spare. And we can take both the stuff here. And it only requires 273 tons of fuel. We can have like 700, so that is fine. So we could actually do these both. This is a bit tricky though, only 6 days to make sure that we get there. But hey, we're gonna try it. Let's see. Let's acquire this one. Let's acquire this one, and then we'll do both, and we'll just sail around the world. So let's go. You can see days to deliver. We only have 2 days here, so if we switch it around, we can see that this might already be slightly better, because now we have 4 days here and 6 days here. And another way to help is to do it like this. Now this really speeds things up, and this gives us some airway to make sure that we, if we run into an event, things will be fine. Now another thing I want to do is improve the quality of living of my people. So we're going to ramp up the expenses here, but that will make them more happy and work better. So that's good. Morale will go up. And now we are going to start these contracts and get going with our ship. It's going to go all the way across the big pond. Oh, there we go. Food poisoning on our ship. Expired products were bought. And, well, it made for a little delay. Just a little bit, so that's good. We can still make it. Could well be that at some point we end up with a broken engine or something like that. That might not be so good, but we'll see. Ooh, we can see that Brazil is now closed off all its port, probably due to a strike or something like that. But that's okay. We can check here. A new deal struck between the port shareholders. All right, there's a new deal. That's good. And there's a delay in the port of Newcastle. Okay, that's fine. We'll see. We'll see. For now, our ship is sailing good. Let's speed up because we want to get to the other side. And here we have to cross the canal, the Panama Canal, which will cost us money. We'll get an overview of that. So we'll have to take that off of our income. And those canal fees are pretty high, but we can also get very good money from just delivering the ships there. So that should be a good thing too. So you don't have to worry about it. You just have to take into account that you have to pay those fees. And that's why it's very good to keep some money on the bank all the time so that you can pay for those things. All right, here we go. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, that's like 188,000 and 150,000. We paid 150,000 for passing through. So we probably paid some other money to make sure that all the ship and stuff goes on. Oh, wow, 12 Beaufort. That's a big storm. This is 8. So happy that there's no storms here. We can see the competition is sailing here. How are they doing? Well, they are also delivering their goods. And Cascaden is actually doing a very good job. Did they already buy another ship or something? No. All right, well, it's fine. Monthly expenses on the ship are pretty high, but we also make a lot of money, so I don't care about those monthly expenses. And there we are, getting close to the port in Canada. I like it. Now, we're almost out of fuel, so we should now... Yep, it bought the fuel, so that's good. And we made 1.2 million. Now it's going to the next port, and we should be making another big load of money. There we go. Yep. 1.4 million. So yeah, that's good money. Now we can also do a new contract again, and let's see what that does. Well, this is very close, and we make 600,000. That's nice. Port of LA also pretty close, but it's the other way, so that's not the smartest option, I guess. Or we should do it like this. Take this one and this one and make a lot of money on that. But there's not too much time left here, so that might not be the best. I'm just going to acquire this one, and we're going to sail up north to that port, and then we'll see how far we get. Let's acquire it, and let's just get going. Start the contract. There we go. At the same time, I want to check if there's a new ship. Yep, there's new ships for sale. Now let's take a look at that, because I want to get an extra ship. This one will set us back 20 million. Oh, we don't have that. This one will set us back 32 millions. It's very big, though. It's a big container ship. You can buy it with a bank loan, but since we have only we don't really have a reputation with the bank, we can only do up to 50%, so we can't go up to 60%. So we'll both have to pay half, which for us means 16 million. And we'll have to pay this back monthly with 352,000, which is a lot of money. But if we get this ship, we'll have a couple of million left, and that could be interesting. So I'm actually going to accept it, and now we get a very, very big container ship that should be making us a lot of money. All right, let's go back. Let's go to our... Let's pause for a second, because now we have this new ship. Let's rename it. This is the Petmosia container one. Rename. Now we have to do all the same things that we did with the other ship. So I'm going to increase these expenses. That will raise crew morale. But we also have to get a crew for this ship. So let's now get to this container ship, and let's do the same we did on the other one. So let's hire some good people, and then we'll have to get the ship going. All right, 33, 31, 32. Let's hire this lady. Let's get to the chief engineers. 29, 28, 30. This is the best one that can actually get better. So let's hire this one. 24, 24, 24, 25, 26. Oh, this one is Dutch. We'll get a Dutch one. I like that. And a chief steward, 23, 22. But this is the only one that can actually get better, and I want them to get better. All right, here we have our crew. And now what we have to do is, of course, find new contracts. Here we have the container ship. It can carry 130,000 tons. It is now in the Hai Phong port. So we'll have to find a nice route where it can actually take quite a lot of goods. So if we go to Kenya, for instance, that will make us a nice bunch of money. If we go to Israel, it will make us even more money. And from there on, it can continue towards Bari, which will be nice. It could also go to Varna. Oh, that's even more money. Maybe we should go to Israel first and then to Bulgaria. I think we can do that. So let's acquire this one. Yes. And then also acquire this one. Yes. And I guess that should be it for now, because I don't think we can make any of the other routes that quickly if we already stop at these two. What we could do, though, is make sure that the ship goes a bit faster, because this is a little bit short. If we go 11 knots all the time, how fast? Yeah, this is better, but I think we're going to go 12. Yeah, this is better. We can't do any adjustments on the ship because the port it's in doesn't have a shipyard. So that's not so nice because I want to give them some entertainment and stuff. But this should be good. And I think they can just start the contract now. And this will make us only 7 million this one trip. So I really like that. Now this ship will be pretty costly too to maintain. But hey, who cares? Let's start the contract. And right now, while this ship is going over there, we should see our other ship going here. Yep, there it is. It's loading. Then it will go. And this is really interesting because this should be making us the big bucks. Container ships are a very good way to make you a lot of money. And I really enjoy that. And you can see it's pretty easy, especially in the beginning of the game, to acquire a new ship. We have the Patmosia Bulk 1. That entered port, so the game will pause, of course. Let's go to chartering. Now you have to make sure you select the right ship. It does not do that automatically. So make sure that now we select the bulk carrier because that's the one that's idle in port. I actually think they should do something with this so that it will go to the right ship that's idle in port. If you want to do new contracts, why would I do a contract with a ship that's already sailing? So I think they should fix that, but that's my opinion. All right, let's see what we could do because these are both the same ports. It's 41,000, so we get up to 51. I think this can go in one ship. And this will make us a lot of money just by going to one port. And we should have the fuel. No, we don't have the fuel for it. Because I think because of the heaviness, we'll get... I think we're just going to do this one. Because I don't think we can do both. So let's acquire this one. I think it will require more fuel if we add this to it because of the weight. So we'll just do it like this. Then we'll tell this ship to start its contract. Oh, with the current speed, you need to refuel or adjust the ship's speed. Okay. Well, what if we adjust the ship's speed first? What if we buy fuel as much as we can? Buy fuel. Will it now be all right? Yeah, it will now be all right. Okay, that's good. There we go. Let's get time going. It will take both of these ships quite some time, but then we should be making money. We have 3.8 million left in the bank. That should be good too, and that should be fine to deal with everything. We can see our reputation is slowly growing. We now have 55 stars. We're now actually the better company than this one, so that's good. Our company's value got up 115 million, so that is nice. These have a lower value, as you can see, so we're doing pretty good. The new installment for the Patmosia Container 1 has been issued. New loan. We had to pay for the loan, so we're now down to 3 million. But hey, that's fine. All right, there goes our bulk ship. Here goes our container ship. Let's speed up a bit. I guess while nothing happens, we can just speed up and start making a big load of money. Especially when the container ship arrives. It's over halfway there, so that's good. Let's hope there will be no piracy or whatever, but you should get a notification once you set the ship to get to a port where there is piracy. Of course, right now there's a lot of piracy in the Red Sea and right here, but for now it should be good. There it goes. It's over 3/4 of the way. And let's see what it can do. And make us some money. Now, of course, right now, oh wow, we had to pay 500,000 to get through the Suez Canal and 150,000 to get through the Panama Canal. That is why you really make sure that you have money in the bank. But hey, we made a lot of money here, and we're now going to get to the next port, making even more money. And that will really help us. There we go. Now, I really hope we get a good deal here too. Yeah, made 3.9 million. We're back up to 9 million now, so that's good. That's good. And now we have to get a new contract going. Not for the bulk carrier, but for the container ship. Now, let's see. Now, you can see here, there's also special contracts where you just lease out your ship for 180 days. It will make 51,000 a day. And you don't have to control the ship anymore. So if you have a lot of ships, this is an easy way to make sure that the ships are busy making you money and you don't have to maintain them all the time. But you need to get a certain status for that. We're not there yet, so we can't do it yet. But at some point we can, and then it will be very useful to do these deals. But for now, I think we have to, well, we can go to Tangiers and take this along with us. Then we can go to the port of Le Havre, take these two with us. I think these can all three go together. on this one ship, and that should be making us a nice amount of money. So let's try that. Acquire. Acquire. Yep. And acquire. All right, there we are. And we still have some tonnage left, but this is all way too far to go there. Now let's go to our ship. Let's check the times. Yeah, we don't have that much time left, so I'm going to speed it up 1 knot. That should make a little difference. There we go. We have the fuel. Everything is fine. So let's start this contract. There we go. Now we'll first go to the port of Tangiers and then go to Le Havre, which is on the route, so that's good. That means that this trip will make us good money pretty quickly and pretty easily. And the ship is not yet on the way. It's loading, 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 but there it goes. There it goes. It's now on the way as our other ship is crossing the Atlantic. There it is. Luckily not in the storm. Oh, this is good. And yeah, we had to pay a new installment for the loan that we have, but hey, in this rate and with the amount of money we make, that's no problem. Maybe in a couple of months we can just pay that loan back quickly, because we have we have made so much money with these ships that we can actually do that. So that would be nice, but we'll see. We don't have a tanker yet, so that could be interesting. Of course, another thing I want to show you can also buy new ships, but these are heavy expensive. Let's see. If we want to buy a container ship, for instance, this is the smallest one. It can only carry 47 tons. If we go to the big one straight away, that's the one that we bought actually. So we do have this one already, and we got it pretty cheap, 36 million. If you want to get it now, you have to pay 100 million just for this ship. So buying a new ship is very expensive. Of course, you get a new ship, you can immediately upgrade it with everything you want on it. But, well, let's just say you really need to get some money on the bank before you can do those things. But it's possible. And what I like about this game is that it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy if you have half an hour just to pass some time. This is a game that you could actually play. It's not too complex. You have to know a couple of things, but then you can just run your company. All right, we have 11 million now. That's good. And we'll continue with our ship. This one is now in port and it's idle, so the game is paused. Let's see if we can get our bulk ship to actually do a nice order again. Let's go to Brazil. Oh, maybe we can do this one. This will give us good money, and I can show you the piracy thing. So we're going to acquire the deal to Lagos. Let's acquire. Accept. There we go. And now if we tell it to actually start moving, we should get a notification about the piracy. There we go. Do you want to install security for the voyage to the port of Lagos? Security's daily fees are 10,000. The total estimate expenses are 180,000. Yes, it costs money, but it's worth it because we want our ship to be safe and we don't want to get our ship in the hands of pirates and then we have to either buy it back or... So that's not going to work. That's not good. We don't want that. Well, let's hit the speed button again. This ship will go all the way down here, so that will take some time. Let's watch the other one going to Le Havre, because this is such a short space. That should go pretty quickly. Yeah, it's already halfway on the way. And let's see how we do. You can check every now and then if it's still working out. Yeah, this is all still working out, so that is good. It will be there in time if nothing happens, so that's good. And from there on, we'll see how much money we actually make. There we go. It arrived, and then it will unload. That, of course, takes some time. And then the game will pause once that is done, which is almost... Yep, there we are, and we made 3.9 million. Let's give this ship another contract. Oh, now we get the container ship straight away, so that's good. We can now start to give it a nice deal. Where should it go? It can go either to Belgium. No. It could go up north or down that way. If we give it this one, it's just a little bit of stuff. Crabs, oh, that's cool. But from there on, it could continue to Russia as well, which is 2.6 million. It could also go further down there and make 5 million just by getting some goods down there. Oh, wow. Or we could go to the Philippines, also 5 million. I think I'm going to do the Tanzania one. There's plenty of time to do that. It takes a lot of stuff. We could actually do this one too, because it's on the route. So let's acquire the one to Portugal and then go to Tanzania and yeah, get another 5 million going. Acquire. All right, there we go. Let's check if everything gets there in time. Yeah, that's easy in time, so no problem. Let's start this contract. Yep, we want to pay for the piracy stuff. There we go. All right, let's follow this ship because it's getting close to the area where the piracy might be. So we'll see what happens. But I think it should be safe. But hey, you can never be sure. Anything can happen. We have 15 million. There's a shipyard here, so I'm thinking about showing you what you can do actually with your ship in the shipyard. So let's speed up. Let's make sure our ship gets there. There goes our container ship. Also going nicely. It has arrived at the port of Lexos, so we made some money there. That's good. 300,000. That's enough for another installment of the loan that we've got. And here it comes safely into the port right now. Yep, there it is. It arrived at the port of Laos. And we got the money for it. All right, so right now, our ship has a chance of running into trouble. So far we haven't, which is quite unique because I played a couple of games to get familiar with the game. And I ran into trouble a couple of times. But what we can do is actually make our ship better. So we can do engine consumption upgrade. We consume less fuel. And it's good for our eco rating. And there's a lot of things that you can actually do to make your ship better. So for instance, if we do a collision avoidance radar, we have 7% chance of ship events less happening. So that's good. Now, they're all pretty costly, and some of these will have to be a yearly thing. So you have to do that every year. Some can maintain there forever. You can also see that they all cost quite a bit of money. But if we want to do it all, we can just do assign all. You can see it costs 2.8 million. The only thing is, it will take 56 days. So this ship won't be doing anything for 56 days. Luckily, we have 17 million in the bank. Our money-making ship, which is the container ship, is still sailing around. And by doing this, we make the ship way more durable, a lot less chance of ship events happening, and this will make our ship a lot better. So let's apply. All right, yes, I want them all. And now this ship will get all of that. So we'll speed up. We'll get our container ship going. We'll watch it as it goes. And now this ship will just be there to be upgraded. If you actually have a ship extra where you don't have a crew yet, you can take the crew of the ship that's now in the docks and you can put them on the other ship. That will save you a little bit of crew money, but crew money is not that much, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. And well, we'll see. All right, we paid 500,000 to get through the Suez Canal, and now we're on our way to the port here of Dar es Salaam, and we should be fine there. We should make a good amount of money. Fuel here is a bit expensive. You can see right here it's 540 per ton. Right here it's 483 per ton. So even those things different. Here is pretty cheap in Djibouti. So also those things vary and differ a bit. But oh, this is just a lot of fun. Our reputation keeps growing. We are rank 1, so that's good. We have 59 stars already acquired. If we check other companies, we can see that we're the best company right now. I like that. All right, it arrived at the port and we made 4.6 million. Even with the port and canal expenses, we made good money. There we go. The bulk carrier, but we can't give it anything. All right, let's see here. Now we can go to Genoa and to Trieste and make a lot of money out of those. And they're both very close. And maybe after that we can even go to Tangiers. I'm just going to start with this. At least these two will take. But I think, yeah, we still have some space left to maybe also go to Tangiers. And we can also speed up if we really have to. And because this is a good difference in days, I think we can actually do this. All right, then it's set. Let's go to our ship and let's see how this works. All right, we can see that Tangiers will take too long. We have 39 days to deliver and days to expire is 33. So maybe I was a bit too optimistic. What if we switch this around? Now you'll see that this will be right on time. This will have plenty of time. And now this will be very close. So if we do it like this now, we can see that we will be everywhere on time. nothing bad should happen, but we will be everywhere on time. So I'm happy actually, and I think we should try this. This will be an interesting contract. So let's start it. Let's get going, and let's hope that we can actually make all of this money. So that's the trick you have, and it gets trickier once you keep playing. So the days will sometimes become shorter to each other, so you'll have less room for any errors to happen. And that's, of course, is the trick. And there are also big fees you have to pay if you don't deliver in time. So don't go lightly on it. If you have like a 2 million contract for delivering the goods in time, it could well be that you have to pay up to 3 million or 4 million in fees because you're too late. So please make sure that you don't just play around with it and think, oh well, it's fine if I don't make it, I just don't get the money. No, you have to pay a big fee in order to pay off that contract, and that's usually more than the contract is, so you have to be careful with that. All right, there we go. Our container ship is doing well. Now, the days are not going that fast, and 56 days is almost 2 months, so this will take quite some time. There it is in the first port. Nothing bad happens. We made 4.1 million. Going to the next port now. And what I like to do every now and then is just check. Are the days still panning out? Yeah, but this got closer to each other, and I don't like that. So, it's the ship slowed down. That's it. We have to get it up to speed again. And it could well be that now with the next trip it will slow down again, and we'll have to speed it up again. Oh, it's almost there. Let's see. Will it be there on time? Nope. Uh-oh. Let's go fast. Did we get there in time? I think we did. All right, that's good. And now the game is paused. We were right on time. We made a good amount of money. I really like that. And now let's see what else we can go to our own home port, which is nice. Make 1.4 million. See, there's not a lot of stuff here, so won't get a very good deal out of this, but let's acquire this. Let's go to our home port. Yes. We don't have to go that fast, I think. Yeah, this is fine. Let's start the contract. This is good for our environment rating, so we're not going to go that fast. And it will go up north all the way to Rotterdam. Now, let's see. Can we check how long this will take? I believe if we click this, we can see installation time 0 days. So this should be... Oh, it's done. So now we have our upgraded ship here. It should consume less fuel, everything should work better, and there's less chance of it running into trouble, which is great. So I love that we did this to the ship. Now, of course, we have to get a nice deal going so that we make some money. Maybe we can get it to the port of Genoa. That will acquire most of the stuff, or all the space that we have, but that's okay. We have the time for it. So let's acquire this deal. Acquire. Let's get to the ship. Let's sail 12 knots so that we really make up some time. And there we go. So we have now one completely upgraded ship. Happy with that. And, well, we still made a lot of money. We could actually go check if there's more ships for sale that are not so costly. Oh, we can see right here. This ship is up for auction. It's a small bulk carrier. It has even less tonnage than the one that we have. And bulk carriers don't make that much money. So I'm actually not really interested in this ship. But, well, we can try and get it. Here we have a container ship. Also not the biggest one, but it can just go around doing nice jobs. And it's not that expensive. So we could actually place an auction bid. We have to see how much more we're going to pay up than the auction price. So we can like do an extra million. Here we see the estimated value, and other companies might also start to bid on this ship. So yeah, we're going to bid 7.6 million. But it could well be that now another company will start bidding too. And this one is just to buy with a bank loan. We're not going to do that. But, oh, this is another big ship. All right, well, we'll see. Could be interesting if we see others now starting to bid on that ship too. Then you can see how that works. But you have to keep an eye on it. And also have to check how long the auction takes, of course. So if we go to the ship, you should be able to see how long the auction will take. So there's a couple of days left, 48. So there's plenty of time for others to also start bidding on this ship, if they have the money for it, of course. And otherwise, we'll just acquire another ship. Now, it could also be interesting in the beginning to not get too many ships until you unlock the option to give them permanent contracts for like 180 days or sometimes even 360 days. So that you make sure that you don't have to maintain 8 ships or something like that. Because that's a lot of work, of course. But for now, this is nice. We make another good amount of money. We had to pay another installment. And what I would like to do now is make sure that we give this ship everything it wants. Now, we can't do all of these at the same time, which is a pity. I wish I could do that. But at least with the other upgrades, we can do them instantly by assigning them all. It will take 56 days, of course, but that's okay. We get all the nice features for our crew so that they will be happy. Let's get back. And now let's do this one. Assign all. It will take 56 days. Apply. There we go. Yes. So now our container ship will be the best container ship out there. We won't be making some money for a while, but hey, we have plenty. It will only take 2 months, so we only have to pay twice the installments for the loan that we have, which is a total of 700,000. So we can easily do that, and we have our other ship making us money, so not too worried about it. We might even get an extra ship soon with the trades that we're doing. So I'm happy all in all with how this goes and how it looks. And now all we have to do is just keep getting our ships around, making sure that we make money this way. And, well, everything should be fine. We made 500,000 right now. There we go. Let's see what this ship can make us now. Oh, there's only one. Oh, wow, that's interesting. There's only one deal that we can get in the port of Genoa, which is a nice flat fee, though. But, okay, we'll take it. There we go. Let's start the contract, and it's on its way. There we are. Well, oh yeah, here we get deck equipment, windlasses, damage to the deck equipment, and that means it had to halt a bit to did some repairs, and now it continues. That's just very small. What's this? Bulk carrier rewards. I don't know what happened. I probably misclicked. So what happened is it took just a small time to repair the stuff. Sometimes it can take very long, and we'll have a big issue with that. But for now, everything is fine. And this is SeaOrama, World of Ships. Just a nice, funny little game where you manage your own shipping company and where you can do a lot of stuff. Now we can see Cargo Bound has outbid us for the new container ship, so we won't be getting that if we don't unleash a new bid, of course. But I wanted to show you this game. It's fun, it's not that expensive, and you can have a nice game to pass some time with. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave all your comments about this game in the comment section. I will respond to it. And then, of course, I hope to see you in a brand new video. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.